The new Hulu series is exploring what Amanda Knox calls the worst time of her life. The twisted tale of Amanda Knox goes behind the scenes of the Italian courtroom drama that landed the American behind bars in connection to the murder of her roommate, Meredith Kercher. Now, after being acquitted, Knox is teaming up with activist Monica Lewinsky to highlight what happens in the aftermath of high-profile cases like theirs. They spoke to Robin Roberts earlier on GMA.
How did this collaboration all come about? Because I know you reached out to Amanda.
It's true, yeah. I mean, we originally met way back in 2017 when I was very much, I mean, you know, you've seen me when I was very diminished as a person. And Monica first introduced, well, not introduced me, but gave me insight into how to have a voice for myself. She did the Vanity Fair. She did the, the TED Talk.
Yes.
But then, years later, we reconnect.
Well, I think, if you fast forward a few years, I had seen Amanda really blossom in this article that was in the New York Times, and she mentioned wanting to do a film of her memoir. And so I had a first look television deal at the time, and I thought, aha, another young woman who had suffered in the media, had been feasted on the world stage, and luckily, I had a savvy executive. She got all the yeses. And we were off to the races.
Yeah, and the cast is absolutely fantastic. Did you all draw upon, because you have similarities in fact that you were both in the headlines for so many years, did you find parallels with your stories at all?
Oh, certainly. I mean, and surprising parallels too. Like, we were both interrogated. We've both been, viciously turned into caricatures of ourselves in the media. And I think that the thing that we actually were both most interested in was making sure that this show had a wider lens. It's not just a courtroom drama. It's not your typical true crime biopic. It is absolutely something that it's a more personal journey, and one that really begins with the story of what happens before, and then of course what happens after the worst experience of your life. How do you rebuild your life afterwards?
And reclaiming the narrative. Both of you have done that.
Exactly. I think what was important in many ways too was this, as Amanda was saying, with the wider lens, that you look beyond what happens with young women who get thrust onto the stage and feasted on, as they said before. But what happens is all women internalize that message, and all women then end up as collateral damage. So I think that's part of what makes the bigger mission of the series.
That's the wider lens
to all
of
wider,
this. Yeah. So your emotions in reliving this chapter of your life, Amanda.
Yeah, I mean, for me, of course, there are certain moments in this where they're the worst moments of my life, and I'm there on set watching them, I'm reliving them, and there's a lot of catharsis happening. There's a lot of horrible memories coming to mind. But I think the ultimate thing that I was coming away from was being shocked by how cared for I felt. That here I was with hundreds of people working on this project, and everyone cared so much about getting it right. And I was shocked by how much I was grieving. It felt like I was allowed to grieve for the first time because it was outside of myself, and I got to watch myself and these people portray this journey, and it was as if I was there for, art is a beautiful way of processing emotions, and I was grieving in a big way for the first time in ways that I wasn't able to before.
Such a compliment to the producers, the cast, the crew.
KJ Steinberg, our creator and showrunner. We got to work with the Warren Littlefield and the Littlefield Company. And I think, as Amanda was saying before too, about going into the aftermath, our partners at 20th and Hulu were really brave, because normally we don't get to see that. And I think what's so important is, for all of us, I think ourselves included, the headline moves on and our focus moves on. When we're on the freeway, and we all pass a car crash and we look, but who among us thinks 5 minutes or 5 days or 5 weeks later, oh, I wonder if that person's okay. And so, you were saying about the similarities of our story, and I think there was not only the interrogation, but also what it means for a family. We both belong to people.
Yeah.
And so they're all impacted too. And I think you get to see that in the aftermath and really come to understand how hard it is to move forward. But I think for young people, or I hope for young people, it's also a message that you can get through
Yeah.
it.
You mentioned family, and so in this scene, Amanda's mother comes to Italy and hears the news for the first time. Here it is.
What's happening? English? Does anyone speak English?
Yes, the American girl killed the British one.
No. No. No.
Yes, she confessed.
And that is just a snippet of the
Yeah, goosebumps
episodes
again.
that you see. Meredith, your roommate Meredith, and you all pay tribute in a way that we haven't seen before. I feel that was very important.
Oh my gosh, hugely important. I mean, everyone on this project understood that this is a story about two young women who went to go study abroad in Perugia, Italy, and only one of them survived. And I think that the way that I was turned into a caricature, in a big way, she was as well. Like, we were both stereotyped into these weird misogynistic complexes, and we really ground in this series that this is a real person, and it was very important for us to do that. And when I talk about grieving, like, that was actually a huge part for me too, was like really like grounding myself in here this person was. I didn't know her for very long, but like, she was there, and she plays a huge role in my life even today. And so I hope the audience feels that.
I think it was important to everybody who touched this show that we all hold Meredith's memory as gently as we could.
And you did. Well done, Monica and Amanda.
Big thanks to Robin Roberts for that interview.